Salakia, the video got, cut off because, I got a notification or whatever, so I had to make a part 2. Basically, the first video was going into the fact that we got to go hard for this truth. And I believe where I cut off was talking about, going hard for the truth before it's too late, right? The time of, Jacob's trouble, the time of famine of the word, right? Right now we're able to preach the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, but there's going to come a time we're not going to be able to do that, where we're not going to be able to put up YouTube videos or go out there on the highways and hedges. So it's important that we preach the word while we still have the opportunity, while the opportunity is still available to us. This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 4. It says, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Yeah, a lazy person, a sluggard, will always find a reason to complain, right? A reason not to do the work, right? It says the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Yeah, it's too cold out there. You got certain Israelites, when it's the weather's too cold, they don't go out, But the men of Great Millstone, for the most part, no matter what the weather is, brothers is out there on the highways and hedges preaching the word, right? Because we know the importance of doing the work. We're not making excuses. Got camps because it's too hot, they won't go out, just finding excuses. They only go out when the weather's beautiful, right? They only go out in perfect weather. Yeah, it says the sluggard will not plow by reason of, I'm not feeling too good this week, so I ain't gonna go out. A guy got maybe a little cold, so he's not going out. He might have a little back pain, so he's not going out. Yeah, the sluggard will always find a reason, an excuse not to do what he's supposed to do. It says, therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. Yeah, the harvest is the end of the world, right? I believe in Matthew, the 24th chapter, it speaks about that. So in the time when it comes to reap, you weren't sowing anything, like I read in 2 Corinthians, I believe. You weren't sowing no seed, or maybe the seed you were sowing, it wasn't that good seed. It didn't fall on that good ground, right? Because your doctrine was off, right? You were preaching the wrong things. It says, therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. Yeah, so you're not going to receive a reward. You're not going to receive that reward. Either you wasn't doing the work, or you was doing the work for ill intent, for maliciousness. You weren't doing the work in sincerity. Either way, you're not going to reap in the time of harvest, because there ain't going to be nothing for you to reap. If you throwing seed on concrete, for the most part, that seed's not going to grow. So what do you expect to gain from that? In the time of harvest, you ain't going to gain nothing from that. That's the same equivalent of preaching, whatever, your doctrine that's off, and then you preaching to these reprobates. What do you expect to gain from that, right? There's not going to be anything to reap in that time. So this is Hebrews 6:10. It says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. So Yahweh Shem Yahshai, he sees our work. He sees the effort that we're putting in. He sees the time that we're putting in. He sees that brothers is going through certain things, certain trials and tribulations, but every week they're going out there on the highways and hedges, no matter what they're going through. They might be going through issues with their family. They still going out there. They might be having ailments in their body. They, brothers feeling sick. They going through financial issues. No matter the problem, the issue, brothers is out there on the highways and hedges. So the Lord isn't unrighteous to forget our work and labor of love. He sees the time and the effort and the energy that we're put in. Our work isn't going unnoticed, And I believe the Elder Monaghan was speaking about this yesterday. It don't matter if you're not getting 1 trillion thousand, gabillion views. You're not getting 1 million views each video. That's not what it's about. The Lord, us just the fact that we're doing the work and we're doing it in sincerity, that's enough for the Lord. He's not like, well, this brother only got, X amount of views on his video, so he ain't no good. The Lord sees, he knows our intent. He knows that we're doing it in sincerity. It says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name. So we're doing this work in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, in that ye have ministered to the saints. Yeah, we're showing love to the elect. We're showing love to our brother. Us being of that hopeful elect. It says, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. Yeah, we minister to the saints and we continue to minister until the end, until the work is done. We don't stop until the work is done. We don't decide when it's done. Yahweh Shem Shai decides when it's done. You know, when his son returns, or when the time of the famine of the word comes, that's when Yahweh Shem Shai going to decide, okay, you know, you did the work, you know, good job. You know, it's not up to us to decide when it's done. This is Revelation chapter 14 verse 13. It says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yeah, so you have to die in the work. You have to die doing the work, right? You can't take your hand off of the plow, no matter how long it takes for the Lord to return, right? And especially if you are older, Akim, you know, the Lord might call your spirit up. So you die doing this work. You die in this truth. And some brothers going to die for this truth, right? Brothers are going to be martyrs. So it says, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors. Yeah, so, you know, we labor in the work of Yahweh Shem Shai. This ain't talking about resting from your 9 to 5. This talking about resting from the work. That's the most important labor. It says that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. Yeah, the works, the countless hours brothers was putting in out there on the highways and hedges, you know, with the scorching sun, you know, with the blistering cold, you know, your feet hurt and your back hurt and your neck hurt, and you know, whatever brothers going through. Obviously going through different issues, but yeah, no matter the issue, brothers is putting in the work, you know, showing, you know, as you know, it's a testament to their faith. It says, and their works do follow them. Yeah, so our works do follow us, even though we're not saved by faith. I mean, we're not saved by works, but faith and works have to go hand in hand, because your works is a sign of your faith, and your works are gonna follow you. Like, you know, when Yahweh Shem Shai, they're gonna be like, man, this brother went hard. This brother really went as hard as he could. Now, every brother has different gifts, different abilities, but it's all about using the abilities that Yahweh Shem Shai has blessed you with in whatever avenue, you know, whatever form that comes in, whatever skill you got. You out there on the basketball court, we can't all be shooters. You know, we can't all be like, you know, high flyers dunking on everybody or whatever. And we can't all be, you know, great passers. But everybody has different skills. As long as you're utilizing your skills to the best of your ability, you're going hard, you know, that's all it is, you know. So this is Acts chapter 20, verse 27. It says, for I have not shunned to declare unto you all the gospel of the Most High. Yeah, so we have to declare the whole gospel. We have to eat the whole roll. We can't hold back the things that are bitter and just give out the sweet. No, we gotta preach the whole gospel of Yahweh Shem Shai. It says, take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over which the Holy Spirit hath made you overseers. Yeah, so we're made overseers of the flock of Yahweh Shem Shai. It says, to feed the church of the Most High, which he hath purchased with his own blood. I think that was it on that. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. That was the main point, you know, not shunning to declare the whole gospel of the Most High. Yeah, so brothers, you know, when doing this work, we got to go as hard as we can, you know, not to make any excuses. Now, of course, certain issues come up that can hinder you at times, you know, through certain time periods of our lives or whatever. But we have to always prioritize this truth. We have to put Yahweh Shem Shai above all else. You know, if you love anyone or anything more than Yahweh Shem Shai, that thing's gonna hinder you. It's gonna pull you right out of this truth. So we have to put, you know, the highest priority on doing this work and preaching the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, Lord willing, this video was edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all Akim preaching this word in truth and sincerity and in faith. Shalom.